Hey everybody, it's Conundrum back again for you guys, and I am here again. And I said, I was gonna be here at I thought I was gonna be here at 6, but I had something I needed to take care of, so unfortunately I ended up being late. Sorry about that. I was just trying to make sure that I was actually able to be here on time, but it didn't quite go the way I want to. Actually, I'm gonna switch screens real quick. Give me 1 second here. Switching screens. So I'm gonna switch to the actual just chatting stream. So again, I am sorry I'm running late. Things happen. I actually was trying to get here on time. I said I was gonna start at 6 o'clock, but I had to go do something. I'm from Chicago, so if you're not from Chicago, you don't know. Or if you are from Chicago, you do know how to make a trip from the south side of Chicago to the west side of Chicago. That is definitely a trip, especially during rush hour time. So, basically what happened was that I had to make a run all the way to the west side, got stuck in traffic in Chicago during rush hour. If you know nothing about Chicago, rush hour time is like the worst time to get stuck in traffic because people move ultra slow. I don't know what it is about people moving slow during the course of time of actually when they're getting off work, but it's like everybody's moving the slowest they can move whenever they're heading home. I'm not sure understanding why it happens, but people unfortunately move really slow for some reason, and I don't understand why. You just got off work. I will be zooming home. Granted, I'm saying, within the confines of, the speed limit, of course. I'm not trying to say go over the speed limit, but I'm just saying, when you're heading home from work, it's tiring. You've been sitting there at work for 8 hours a day. I am lucky enough where I work from home, so I don't really have to do this as often as I used to. I remember in West, what's going on? How you doing, sir? Good to see you, man. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you were able to make it. I was just telling you about me coming in late. Kit Kat man, he said Kit Kat man. You know what? Easy. What's next? Well, actually, I'm doing a tier list today. So I'm actually going to do a tier list of actual chocolate. I'm not going to say chocolate candy. I'm just going to say candy in general. Fight me. So fight you on I can fight you on candy. Kit Kat is good. I'm more of a Reese's peanut butter cup man myself, honestly. I'm here to fight you or fight me the entire time. Okay, well, feel free to fight me, and we can kind of go from there. But yeah, so my top candy bar, of course, would probably be the Reese cup, if anything. But let's hear about your day. Yeah, so anyway, I had to take some my one of my relatives out to the west side. I'm from Chicago. I live out in the south suburbs of Chicago. Now, the thing about living in Chicago is that when you live in Chicago, once you get into the loop, into the downtown area of Chicago, things start to get a little funky because when you go during rush hour time, everybody's trying to go everywhere, and it's like the craziest point in time because there's this one little loop area in the loop that we have to get onto 290, which is named the expressway. It's a loop area where it's like everybody is jumbled in and everybody gets in the last part of the time that they can get in to actually get in and go out to the west side of Chicago. Now again, I'm going out to the west side of Chicago. Now I get to the west side of Chicago. I run into traffic there. I'm like, come on, man. I told people I was going to be here at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. It is almost 7 o'clock here. 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm running late. I'm going to get this thing done. So I finally get there. I said, okay, cool, no problem. I'll get there. And then I'll just let them know that I'm running a little late, and then I'll be as soon as I can get back. I'll let them know I'm online. So I get there, let the person do what they need to do, and leave, start heading home. Of course, I come back, same deal, 290. As soon as I try to get on 290 going out south, where I live out south suburbs of Chicago, of course, I run into more traffic. Now, again, they actually merged this thing down to one. Actually, it's 2 lanes. One lane is going to Wisconsin, the other one's going to Indiana. Now, if you don't know anything about it, these 2 lanes, they're around like construction stuff. So they're really not doing a lot of construction. Basically, construction in Chicago basically means we are going to resurface this thing at the wrong period of time just to piss you off, just so we can have to come back 6 to 1 year later and do this again. So I finally get to where I need to go. I was like, okay, fine. I finally get back to, the regular 94, which is what I usually take home. So I was like, cool. So I get on 94, more traffic. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. And then, of course, there's a stop car on the side of the road. And, of course, I'm on the side of it. So I got to slow down. Got to get around them because they aren't completely over far enough to against the wall. They're like, got part of the car in the actual expressway. Now, if you're not careful, of course, you can crash into this car because they have their butt end out. I said, man, you didn't think to get out and actually push that thing all the way over the side so there's not a chance that somebody might hit your car. You decide to just leave the butt end out like that. I'm not sure how long they've been stopped for, but they were stopped for a good little second. So I was like, okay, fine, let me go around, no problem. And finally got through doing that. And I was like, cool, okay, that's no problem. We're good. Finally made it home. Now it's 7 o'clock. Now I gotta go ahead and jump on stream, make sure I let people know I'm here. I'm here. I ran into a few issues. So that is my story for the last 2 hours. Again, this took 2 hours. Now I left out at 4:30 p.m. I'm just getting back now. It is 7 o'clock. That is almost 3 hours later. So it's like, wow, it took you that long just to get from one area to another. Usually, most of the time, if you want to get from one area to another, it may take you, I'm going to say, an hour and a half, maybe, if it's not really a lot of traffic going on. But, man, this was ridiculous. So, again, that's what I had to deal with today, and it kind of was funny that I had to deal with that. So I said, you know what, it happens. Let's just deal with it. We'll just go from there, and then we can just make things move forward. So anyway, let's go ahead and get on with this actual tier list. I'm looking up now. I'm going on this tier maker. Debating on if I should actually make my own, but I think it'll take a lot longer for me to actually make my own particular tier list. So I'm just going to actually just use the one they have on here, so hopefully that'll be easier. So let me go ahead and switch screens real quick so I can switch off to the other one so you guys can actually see the tier list. Okay. So this is a tier list. If you're not familiar with this, this is tiermaker.com. This is actually a website where they actually create tier lists, and you actually can create them. You can create them yourself, or you can use the ones they have on there. I said I was going to do candy bars, so I want to see what they actually have listed on here for candy bars and kind of go from there. Candy bars and bites. That sounds about right. Candy bars and bites, or candy bar tier list. That sounds pretty good. So this looks like it's the actual list. Yo, Antball, what's going on? Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. Sorry for being late. I had to make a run, man. You from Chicago. You know what I'm talking about. I had to make a run from the south suburbs of Chicago to down to the west side of Chicago during rush hour. Make your judgments on that whole thing. In Westby, if you need to know anything about traffic, ask Antball what I just went through to actually get back here, and it took me over 2 hours to get here. But again, I'm here now. I'm doing this, going to do this tier list about candy bars. Antball, I'm not sure what your favorite candy bar is. I'm sure you'll put in the chat for me. Let me know what your favorite candy bar is. We were actually going with the tier list. Again, if you're not familiar with the tier list, they have the S list, which is the top tier, A tier, which is below that, B tier, below that, C tier, below that, and D tier is below that. I don't think they have an E tier. I don't think you can get lower than E tier. This one actually doesn't have that many candy bars on it. Why? I don't understand that. Why there's not that many candy bars on here? Let me see. I'm going to go check the other list. Let me see if they have a different list on here. Definitive candy bar tier list. Let me see what this other one looks like. They got very, very few lists on here. I thought it'd be a lot more candy bars and bites. Let's see. This is still kind of a small list too. This is kind of a small list. Okay, well I guess let's see if we have most of our stuff on here. Do we have most of our? Okay, so we got a good portion on this list. I'm not sure if you guys want to do this list, but I'm gonna assume they actually have a trash list. Okay, I got you. Okay, a trash list. Okay, so we got an S tier with this one, A tier, we got a B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier. Why did they jump from D to F? I do not know. So, okay, well, I would say technically, I guess it would be D, technically E, but again, I guess we're going by the numeric grammar school grading system where we have the S tier being best to the best, superior, A tier being, great, B tier, a little below that. C tier, good. D tier, well, yeah, something, and F tier, well, just almost throw it out. I'll try it if it just happens to be an actual place where I'm actually at and kind of go from there. So, okay, let's go ahead and start out with the first one that they have listed on here, which is 100 grand, which is the 100 grand. Now, 100 grand, when was the last time I had 100 grand? I haven't had 100 grand since, I think, maybe it's been a while. I think probably Halloween I had 100 grand. 100 grands are pretty good. Definitely chocolatey. Pretty sweet. I definitely enjoy them. So I'm definitely not going to get it a D or an F tier because it's worthwhile. But for me, I'm going to actually give 100 grand probably a C tier. That's just me. You guys feel differently, definitely put it in chat. Fight me on this. If you want to fight me on it, let me know. but I think it's probably a C tier. It's 100 grand. Now, you guys can definitely let me know if you appreciate 100 grand or you don't appreciate 100 grand. I'm sure 100 grand sounds like a oh grand whack whack whack. I can see that. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna put it as the wackest one I've ever had. I think the ones that I knew never had it. Joking, yeah, I got you. But with the 100 grand though, I think the one that I've actually had that actually I did not really enjoy was I had the mint chocolate. Like I'm not a fan of mint chocolate candy bars, like or candy. I don't like mint chocolate like that. That ain't my type of thing. So it's one of those chocolates that if I had it, I ain't gonna eat it. It's going to garbage. It's garbage time for that. I can't even roll with it. So it's okay, but yeah, it is what it is. So again, we're going out with C tier for 100 grand. That's my placement for it. So okay, next is Three Musketeer. I like Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers are really, really good to me. The chocolate in it has the caramel in it, so it's pretty good. Um, is it one of the first ones that I would grab? Probably, maybe. It's not going to be one of the first ones that I say I'm going to say, okay, let me grab that, get that, and make sure I get that first. So honestly, I'm going to probably list this as probably another C tier. Again, that's just me. I'm going C tier with that. You can always let me know if you think that this deserves to be higher or lower. Let me know if this should be higher or lower in your view, and why you think it should be higher or lower. I personally put it as a C tier because I'm like, okay, it's good. It's not the first one I'm going to choose. It's not the last one I'm going to choose, but the range is somewhat in the middle about how I feel about it. So I said I wouldn't turn it down if somebody gave it to me. Halloween is around the corner. Now a lot of people are getting ready for Halloween. I know M. Westby, I know he's been doing a lot of, if you're not familiar with M. Westby, definitely check out his channel. My man actually does a lot of great streams. He is working on a game now, and I'm drawing a blank on the name, but he's working on a game right now. I'm wondering if I actually can do it on here and kind of go from there. But I know he is playing. I can't remember the name of the game. It's drawing the blank on there. Is it GTFO? Is that what it's called? Okay, GTFO. Okay, is that the name of the game, or is it a different one? Man of Media. Okay, Man of Media. Okay. Why is it saying playing GTFO? That's weird. Was bad. Okay, GTFO was bad. Okay. What was that about anyway? What's GTFO about? I'm not familiar with that. But that name does not. I know it's probably an acronym for something, but I have no idea. That was the last game I played. Okay. I wonder why it's because I'm using Streamlabs. I'm surprised it actually doesn't do the last game you played, which is Man of Medium, which is where get the F out. yeah, I can see that. Was it like Get Out or anything like that, or was it just am I just thinking wrong? So that's just a guess though. That's what I'm thinking. It sounds like the movie Get Out, but I could be completely wrong. Kind of go from there, but that's what I'm thinking. It sounds like, but that's the actual name. Wow, that's the actual name. That's a catcher. That's a catcher. Get the F out. That's the catcher. Okay, I can see it. Yeah, you try to escape. Yeah, that sounds like some escape game. Escaping are you escaping from somebody, or you escaping just like from an area, or exactly what the premise is for this one? Is that what they're doing with that one? Because so that sounds like something interesting. Definitely to be trying to escape somewhere, and then of course you gotta go through different obstacles and stuff like that. And hopefully, you're able to get through it and kind of go from there. So it definitely sounds like a pretty cool game, and so that's interesting though. The name, honestly, the acronym, I would not have thought that they would have went for that. But just knowing that they did go for that was pretty interesting, kind of to see and kind of know that this is what they were going for. Okay, this is what we're gonna call it, and people are gonna eat it right up. So even the name sounds pretty catchy. Like that's exactly what you would do if you had in a situation like that. If I'm in a bad situation like that, I'm getting the F out. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm leaving. It's time to go. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, I probably would have put myself in a situation. But if we're in a scary movie or something like that, we got to deal with it and kind of go from there. So that's just how things work. But back to the list. So I am going next to, what is it? Abba Zaba. Abba I have never had before. I'm going to actually list F as an F because I've never had an Abba before. I think it is something like, I know it's like a chewy thing. I haven't had it before at Abba I've never had one before. I'm not sure. Have you ever had one before? Has anybody had one before at Abba before? I've never had one before. So, I'm not really familiar with what they taste like. They kind of remind me of something. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember though. I'm about to find out what exactly that is like because I don't think I've had an Abba before. So honestly, I'm gonna have to give it probably an F tier, just F because I've never had it before. I'm gonna call my F tier. I ain't had it and ain't tried it, and so I can't say nothing about it. I can't call it trash. I can't call it bad because I've never had it. And it kind of gone from there. So Abba you will get an F tier because I have not had you. I'm not familiar with what exactly you were tasting like. So hopefully it's something good, but I don't know for sure. Hopefully it is a good actual candy, but I do not know. So again, I'm going to give it an F tier. Next up is Almond Joy. Almond Joy. When was the last time I had an Almond Joy? Oh man, I'm trying to remember. What was all in an Almond Joy? Hold on, let me look this up. I want to look this up real quick. So, let me look up Almond Joy. Okay, so this is the Almond Joy. We definitely see some nougat in here. Okay. It looks like a coconut. Is that the coconut one I've had before? I want to say it's coconut in it. Is it milk chocolate? Yeah, coconut. I'll call them coconut and almond. See, I'm not a huge fan of coconut though. See, and I think I've had an Almond Joy before. So honestly, for me, I'm actually gonna list Almond Joy as trash because I didn't like it. I'm not a big coconut person. Go after me if you want to, and call me out for it. If you love Almond Joys, feel free to have an Almond Joy. I just wasn't really a big fan of it. I was looking at it and I was like, okay, when was the last time I had an Almond Joy? It's been a while, but I just really ain't had one in a long time. And they're not the first ones I'm gonna grab. Honestly, they're not the first ones I'm gonna grab. But again, they're so bad that I would never eat one ever in life, but it had to be on a far bigger circumstance of I ain't got nothing else to choose from to actually eat one. I like Almond Joys, but I get the coconut ain't for everyone. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, see, it's the coconut part. I mean, the almonds are cool. I like coconut somewhat, but honestly, Almond Joy, nah, bruh, no, it ain't getting picked up. And and that's why a lot of times, even when we go to, the store and you get them from, like a Walgreens or something like that during, the holiday times during, Halloween. Man, I wish I would see somebody with an Almond Joy. Give me an Almond Joy as a kid. Man, that's the first house we egging. We egging that house. I'm not saying you go do that now. I'm just saying that would be the likelihood of what I would do at that house. I would be likely to actually egg that house. Now, again, is it wrong? Yes. Should you do it? No. Should you do it? No. Should you do it? No. But being that we are kids and we were not thinking in our correct state of mind, we either were going to egg or we were going to TP that house with tissue. Now, because of everything going on, now everybody's familiar with what happened in 2020. I'm calling it the toilet paper crisis of 2020. That's my title for 2020. The toilet paper crisis of 2020. Because of the fact that it wasn't nothing else that people were buying besides toilet tissue. I didn't understand what was going on where the toilet tissue became the biggest thing that people needed. I was thinking that of all things that you would buy, that you would need during 2020 would be vitamins. Vitamins. It was Corona or COVID-19. First thing you thought that people would buy would be vitamins. Vitamins because vitamins help build stuff. It keeps your immune system going and stuff like this. No. We skipped completely over the vitamins and went straight to the toilet tissue. How? What was so important about toilet tissue that you needed to get that much toilet tissue I mean, I ain't never seen so many people take advantage of toilet tissue like that. Like I've seen people have videos of people taking advantage of toilet tissue. You've seen people try to sell toilet tissue on Facebook Marketplace for like $100 for one roll of tissue. We old school. Now, I'm gonna tell you how old school I am. This is how old school I am. I am so old school where when I grew up, my mom, if we could not afford toilet tissue, you got a rag. Now, when you got the rag, now I'm not saying that you should do this, but I'm saying that this is just what happened. You got the rag, you went and got some warm water, you rubbed down it with warm water, and you took it and you took care of business. It wasn't the first thing you'd think to do, but it was how things worked because of the fact that you were poor and you had to, you had to take care of business. You couldn't just go to the bathroom and then walk out the bathroom and think you're gonna be cool for the rest of the day. Your behind ain't gonna be feeling quite right. I mean, your behind gonna be kind of crunchy in the middle. So you need to make sure you take care of that. So again, I'm saying that again during 2020, the biggest thing that people were grabbing for was toilet tissue. I still ain't understand it. I was like, man, bruh. I ain't never seen that much issue with toilet tissue till then. So I was like, okay, fine. Y'all going for toilet tissue, do your thing. But I ain't never seen so much medicine, vitamins, just open honest, just sitting there, just looking at y'all like, yeah, man, y'all gonna skip over us and go straight to the toilet tissue. How much are y'all going to the bathroom where y'all need that much toilet tissue? Seriously? You seriously need that much toilet tissue when you go to the bathroom? Now, I can see women use more tissue than men, of course, when they go to the bathroom. That's understandable. But I'm saying, though, how much bubble guts you having in your life during 2020 where you need to grab that much toilet tissue? I ain't never seen so many people. I mean, they got videos of people literally running to the stores, grabbing toilet tissue, boxes of it. Not talking about just a small pack. You're talking about the boxes of it. Fighting over people for some toilet tissue. But anyway, I digress. I've gotten off topic. Let's bring it back to where I was, which was on the actual Almond Joy, which I said was trash, and we're just going to move on from there. I kind of, like I said, I just kind of digressed from it. It is what it is, so let's get back to it. So, next one up is Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth is a good one. I like Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth has chocolate in it, has the I believe caramel in it. And I don't think it has the nuts in it. I think it's just that, if I'm not mistaken. So let me look at Baby Ruth. If I'm not mistaken, Baby Ruth. So I believe it was just almonds, chocolate, and I don't think this was I think it's just almonds and chocolate for the most part, but it was good. I enjoyed Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth was a good candy bar. I thoroughly enjoyed Baby Ruth because it is what it is. Baby Ruth were a good candy bar for me. I always liked Baby Ruth. So honestly, I'm going to move Baby Ruth probably up to about, I'm going to say, an A tier. Again, caramel. Caramel. Yep, that's what it was, caramel. So I'm definitely going to move Baby Ruth up to an A tier. That's just me. Now, again, you guys may move it down a couple of tiers. I'm not sure if we guys stand with it. Is it the first Halloween candy that you would reach for? I'm pretty sure that MSB is obviously going to be going for the Kit Kat. Ant Ball, I'm not sure which one you're going to be shooting for, but I'm going to assume you're going to shoot for one that's definitely one you're going to thoroughly enjoy and kind of go from there. And just kind of go from there. Let's see. The next one is, Big Hunk. I'm not familiar with Big Hunk. Big Hunk, I'm not familiar with. I've never heard of Big Hunk. Now I feel like I need to watch a commercial or something just to understand some of these, because some of these ones, I could not tell you honestly what they are, because I haven't had them. Big Hunk, I've never had those. I never seen that one before. So it's pass. Yeah, pass. Never heard of it. Pass. Yeah, I haven't heard of Big Hunk. You know what? I know it's a candy bar, but I've never heard of it. I wonder if it's still around. I mean, I'll have to look it up to see if it actually is still around or not. Because I don't know if it's still around, because I haven't seen them. At least I don't see them too many often on any type of Halloween or nothing like that. I only seen commercials for it, so I think they may actually be out of business. But again, that's just me. So next one, Butterfinger. Butterfinger, chocolate. You got your peanut butter. You know, you got your butter, of course. You can kind of go from there. And of course, we always remember the infamous Bart Simpson doing the Butterfinger commercial. Always infamously doing that. He always made sure whenever he did that, he was always eating a Butterfinger. That was good advertising, especially during the 90s, because of the fact that Bart Simpson loved that Butterfinger. If you ever saw a commercial during the 90s, early 90s, and stuff like that, Beeper, oh yeah, Beeper, yeah, yeah. And he always had a Butterfinger. Like he said, don't lay a finger on my Butterfinger, because his dad would always go after his Butterfinger. Of course, dad, of course, being Homer Simpson, would go after his Butterfinger. Butterfingers I like. Butterfingers are a good candy. For me, I'm going to better not lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Exactly, that's exactly what the quote was. Better not lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Yep, and every time he tried to, that's what take a bite out of it. As soon as he got done eating, as soon as he got done saying that, take a bite out of it, because he just bested his dad or got over on his dad, kind of coming from there. So it was good. You know, it was good commercial. I liked the commercial. It was definitely great advertising, especially during the 90s. I'm gonna put a Butterfinger probably maybe A tier, at least in my view. I think that they're pretty good. When it's fresh, it's top tier. When it's still about, yeah, you aren't lying. It definitely makes a difference when you actually got your actual Butterfinger, because again, if it was been sitting there for a while, and so you can tell when it's something that's been sitting there just too long. It has no, the taste is just like, ugh. I mean, just ugh. I mean, you just can't even deal with it. I mean, it's just not, not even worth it. If you had to, get it and it was stale and it wasn't working and all like that. So again, not the best candy in the world whenever you had it and it was just sitting there stale. So definitely wasn't your first one. Next one we have is Clark. I am not familiar with Clark either. Clark is not a one I'm not familiar with. I've never heard of Clark. So just I'm looking Clark real quick. Clark candy bar. See if we have something that talks about it. But here's a picture of it. I'm not familiar with it. Clark returned to us. I'm guessing Clark is not getting made anymore, because I've never seen a Clark before. It says peanut butter crunchy. What's that? Cheese, chocolate, milk chocolate. I don't know. I mean, I've never hadn't had a Clark before. Clark is a new one to me. Clark is not the one that I've had before, so I'm not familiar with a Clark. So Clark is definitely gonna go. I'm kind of trading up between, calling it trash and Z, because it's like, if I haven't had them. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stick these up here. I'm gonna put these in the F tier, because I want to call them trash because I've never had them before. So if I've never had them before, I want to call them trash, because that kind of feels like that's defeating the purpose of actually, having them something be trash if I've actually had it before, versus something that I've never had before and I just can't actually call it trash. That feels like that's the right balance for me to actually do it like that. So again, that's just my thoughts with it right now with that one. So next one up is going to be Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue. I can't even remember the last time I had a Fifth Avenue. Has anybody had a Fifth Avenue in a while? I know that they still make Fifth Avenues, but I haven't had a Fifth Avenue in a while. So, let me look at Fifth Avenue real quick. See, Fifth Avenue candy bar. Let's see what we got here with Fifth Avenue. Okay, why is it showing me everything else but a Fifth Avenue? This is actually taking the website. I'm not trying to go on the website. I'm just trying to actually look at the candy. So this is a candy, crunchy peanut butter. What's the front? Crunchy peanut butter and a rich chocolate coating. So it seems like a lot of time when you have some of these candies, it seems like it's the same type of candy, same type of premise. I guess just how they put it together. I guess maybe what the type of chocolate they may use, because from my understanding, the peanut butter and chocolate was pretty much like pretty much like having a Butterfinger. A Butterfinger pretty much was that same type of combination as well when you actually were looking at it. So, Fifth Avenue I've had before, but honestly, I'm not going to say it's great. For me, I'm going to list it probably as maybe a D tier. At least that's where I am right now with it. With the Fifth Avenue. So again, that's where I will put it. Again, you guys may move it higher or lower. Of course, let me know. But again, for fifth tier, is Fifth Avenue. Fifth tier. Fifth Avenue will get a D tier for me. At least when I go from there. So that's where I'm going to stick the D tier for Fifth Avenue. So what we have so far. We haven't had any S tiers just yet. But again, I am willing to move stuff up or down depending on what if it hits better than certain other ones, and kind of going from there. So next one is Crunch. Now Crunch, I've had before. Crunch is one of those ones. It is not one of those super memorable ones, at least not for me. Crunch. I had them during Halloween, of course. You remember the big candy bars they have, the Crunch Day, the oversized Crunch bars. I'm just gonna look up Crunch real quick, but because I don't remember what was all in them. I just remember that it had like the definitely had the nuts on it on the front of it. Oops, I can't spell Crunch. I can't spell Crunch today. Okay, so that's Crunch. I'm just gonna look at. I can't spell today. Crunch candy bar. Okay, so we're just gonna look at the Crunch candy bar. So this again is the Crunch candy bar. I'm familiar with this, of course, because it's like always bumpy. I'm trying to remember what the name of the one I had, because it kind of reminds me of a Girl Scout, and I think it was what was the name of the Girl Scout cookie that was kind of like this. I can't think of the name of it. It was a Girl Scout cookie that kind of reminded me of this, and I can't think of the name of it, but it was a Girl Scout cookie that I remember having. It was like a, what was it? I'm about to look that up. Let me look that up for something. Girl Scout cookies. Let's see. Which one was it that I had that they were always kind of? Nah, I don't think it was. No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was this. No, because this is not what it looked like. It was like it was an old school one, but I can't think of the name of it. The one that I saw, it was like way back when, and I can't think of the name of it. I really wish I could think of the name of the one I remember way back when. It was like a kind of a, it kind of looked the same way, but I don't see it on here. So anyway, it was nice to just to think about it, but I can't find it on here. The one I was looking for, it was another one that it reminded me of, and I can't remember what it was that I remember. Girl Scouts used to sell this way back when, but I cannot, for the life of me, remember the name of the actual Girl Scout cookie it was like. But anyway, so back to Crunch. Let's get back to Crunch. I'm deviating from where I want to be at. Crunch. I am not a huge fan of Crunch. Shoot me if you talk about me if you want to. But again, it's not the worst one I've ever had. So I'm honestly gonna put them in probably. I would eat one if somebody offered it to me, but it's not gonna be anywhere near the top tier. At least not in my view. It's not gonna be there. It's nice to think so. It's not gonna be there. I wish it was, but it ain't gonna be there for me. So I'm just gonna actually stick that in the actual D tier, and we're gonna go from there. What is this? Next one? What did I say? Hold on. I gotta zoom in on this one because I cannot see this one to save my life. Alright, let me zoom in on this one. So we have a Ferrero Rocher? Ferrero Rocher? Ferrero? I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that one. Ferrero Rocher? I've never heard of that one. So I am at a loss for that one. I have never heard of that one before. So I'm gonna stick this in the F tier because I've never had it before. I've never seen it before. I'm not even familiar. I'm not sure if it's still a brand anymore at this point. So it's definitely gonna go to the F tier because I've never had it before. I don't remember ever even seeing this any way, shape, or form. So it kind of goes from there. So next one up would be the Heath. Heath also is another one that I don't remember having. I'm not sure if they even make it anymore. Let me look up Heath. I don't even think they make this anymore. I wonder if they actually make it anymore. Maybe they do. Okay, I see it on here. Man, they kind of got expensive. Candy bars got expensive. Looks pretty interesting. So milk chocolate. I see nuts in it. Again, I'm not familiar with Heath very much. I mean, if you guys are familiar with Heath, let me know because I'm not really familiar with Heath like that. It sounds like it might be okay. I'm not familiar with it. So again, that is the reason why I'm going to list this in the F tier because again, I'm not familiar with this particular one. It's nice to think so, but it is what it is. So, I'll go from there. All right, on to the good stuff. Hershey's. Now, there are 3 Hershey's on here. I think they should start out with the Hershey's chocolate. That would be the first one that I'm going to start with, Hershey chocolate, because of the fact that with that one. That's the original one. That's the one they first came out with. Most people were like, yeah, if I'm gonna do any of them, I'm gonna do, Hershey's chocolate is the first one. Now, I like chocolate. I don't like chocolate like this is. I think this is a little more rich for my blood when it comes to Hershey chocolate. When actually eating chocolate. So for me, Hershey's would definitely, would probably be a C tier. At least the regular Hershey's for me would probably be a C tier. I like it. It is not. It's good, but for me, it's a little rich for me. For Hershey's, a little rich for me. I feel like sometimes I gotta have water behind a regular Hershey's because it's just kind of rich. So it's not the first one I would grab, but again, it's not a bad one to have. Now, moving on to the next one, Hershey's with the almonds. I like Hershey's with the almonds better than I like the Hershey's just the plain chocolate. Again, that's just my view. So for me, I would definitely move the Hershey's with almonds up to at least, let's see, a B or A tier. I'm gonna list it as a B tier. I'm gonna list it as B tier in my book because I like it. Do I like it? I definitely like it more than I like the regular Hershey's. I like the almonds, of course, and kind of go from there. So I definitely would appreciate, getting a Hershey's, with almonds and kind of go from there. So that's pretty good. So that's a good one for me. Next one up would be our Hershey's Special Dark. I haven't had that one. I don't think I've ever had the Special Dark. Again, that sounds a little too rich for my blood, but again, I've never had the Hershey's Special Dark before because it's just, it's beyond what I've had before. Hershey's Cookies and Cream. It sounds good. Hershey's Cookies and Cream sounds good. I don't think I've had it. And honestly, I'm sad to say I don't think I've had a Hershey's Cookies and Cream. I have not had one. So I cannot honestly say that I have had those. So I had to actually list those in the F tier because I've never actually had the Hershey's Cookies and Cream. At least I don't remember having them. I'm about to look it up though. I think they probably would taste pretty good, but I've never actually had that one. So it's not, it's not terrible. Honestly, I don't think it's terrible at all, but I just haven't had it. I might have to dibble dabble with some more actual chocolates and kind of go from there because it's been a while since I've had, a bunch of these different chocolate ones. So again, it's definitely worthwhile, even though I've never had it. Again, don't remember having it, so I can't list it as anything besides that, at least for the moment. So that's just where I am with that one. Next one up is Mr. Goodbar. Mr. Goodbar, honestly, I cannot remember the last time I had a Mr. Goodbar. I haven't had one in a long while. I can't even remember last time I had a Mr. Goodbar. So unfortunately, that is also going to go into my F tier because I haven't had one in a while. Next up would be Junior Mints. What is in there, Mr. Goodbar? Just for my edification. Let me see something. It sounds like it's just chocolate and maybe nuts. Mr. Goodbar. Okay. So it looks kind of like a Kit Kat in a way, but I know Mr. Goodbar has been around a lot longer. So it looks like it's milk chocolate with peanuts. It doesn't sound bad. I'm about to definitely give them a shot again just to actually try it out. I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to during the next couple of weeks, since Halloween is coming up soon. I definitely think I need to go ahead and just dibble dabble and actually get in and actually try out some of these ones I hadn't had before. Maybe I can find something where I can get one with a little bag. Has anybody else noticed that the price of candy's gone up a lot more too? It's ridiculously high. It's like candy used to be really cheap at one point. Now it's like ridiculously high. It's like crazy amounts. But again, this is me growing up as a kid where we're used to penny candy and stuff like that, where candy literally cost you a penny, as opposed to now where candy costs you like what 20. I'm not really sure how much candy costs you, just for a little pieces. I'm not sure how much the little pieces cost anymore, but I know that more than a penny, which is how much they used to charge us when we were kids. And we had corner stores that we used to go to that sold them, and then we had people who sold stuff out their houses and stuff like that, which was even better. So it all depended on where you actually got your candy from. But candy has gotten more expensive over the years, so I'm not sure if it's because chocolate has gotten better over the years or what it is, but it definitely feels like more people are buying chocolate, kind of going from there. So anyway, but that was Mr. Goodbar. Not super familiar with it, so we kind of go from there. Junior mints. I've had junior mints before. Junior mints are not bad. Uh, I believe that there is coke. Is it coke? I think it's another coconut one, if I'm not mistaken. Coconut type. Cause I think it was coconut was in them. No, peppermint. Peppermint. That's what peppermint. That's what it was. Peppermint. I couldn't think of it. Another one I wasn't super fan of. I'm not a big fan of peppermint either. I'm a fan of peppermint, just the regular candy by itself, but in a mint, no, I'm not going to have it. Unfortunately, it is going in trash. Fight me if you want to on this one. Feel free to. But I would say junior mints did definitely were trash for me. They're not great for me. I'm not a big fan of peppermint in my candy like that. You know, it is what it is. Okay, so on to the good stuff. I'm sure M. Westby is just dying for me to talk about this one because this one, it's Kit Kat. So Kit Kat, we've always had Kit Kats. The Kit Kat White is definitely a newer one that we've had. I like Kit Kats. They're good candy. Are they one of the first ones I grabbed? Probably, definitely up there. I'm going to list it as an A tier. I'm going to list it as an A tier. It's not my top tier, but I think it's an A tier because it's really good. I definitely have picked up Kit Kats before. I like eating Kit Kats. And they definitely have a lot of nice chocolate in them, nice array of different stuff in it. And Kit Kat's just looking up. And of course, you see, this proper way. Apparently, this is the proper way you eat a Kit Kat nowadays. So you gotta eat it with, all four of them one time. Now, some people, I'm not sure how people actually ate Kit Kats. This is one way to eat a Kit Kat, but there's several ways you can actually eat a Kit Kat. For people, some people eat it just, one at a time, just break them off. Some people eat them four together. All depends on you and what you want. But either way you go, ain't nobody else getting on your Kit Kat. I'm just saying, man, it's nice to think so, but that was the worst thing I think they could have dealt with the people was actually make it a 4-piece like that. Like you could break off each piece to get somebody. Because like once I get that from the store, I'm not trying to share that. Once I get that, it comes home. There's nobody else getting none of this. It's like if you want one, you gotta go to the store and go get it. Now, the only thing that you had to worry about as a kid, whenever it came to actually getting candy as a kid, was that somebody called Cobbs or Dibs. Now, if you're not familiar with Cobbs or Dibs, let me explain how this process works. If you got food of any sort, drinks, I think are off limits drinks because you don't want to backwash people, but some people would do it every once in a while. If somebody called Cobbs or Dibs, it was like they basically rained on your whole parade of getting something fully to eat. Somebody got a piece of whatever you got by calling Cobbs or Dibs. But that was our thing. You got Cobbs or Dibs, you got a piece of whatever somebody had. And the worst thing you can think about was somebody actually coming up with that week, especially with something that you really were going to enjoy having on your own, but then somebody called Cobbs or Dibs on you. Now, usually people you love to do this would be your relatives, meaning your sisters or your brothers. I have 4 sisters, so make of that what you will. 4 sisters. I'm the middle child. You can imagine how much fun I had being the middle child with 4 sisters. But again, when it came to that stuff, it was always one of those things where somebody called Cobbs or Dibs, when your friends called that, you were not getting your full share of whatever you had. They were coming in to take a slice or take some of that, which kind of, in a way, if depending on how hungry you were, kind of ruined your day. Especially if you were really, really hungry. If you were really, really hungry and somebody said that, no, you really don't want to give it to them. But there was a rule as a child that we all knew to this day, and Bob can attribute this as well, that you had to give somebody some of your food if they call Cobbs or Dibs. So again, Kit Kat made the mistake by actually making out a 4 like that. Like they should never made a 4 like that, but again, it is what it is. So it's just how they actually design actual bars that kind of go from there. So it is what it is. So moving on. Next one up is going to be our Kit Kat White. Have I had a Kit Kat White? I don't remember. I'm gonna sure assume it probably definitely has a different taste to it. I am not super familiar with it. I've never had the white one before, so this is new territory for me. So I'm actually gonna put it as an F tier. Fight me if you want to. Feel free. I'm more than willing to fight somebody on that one, but I've never had a Kit Kat White. Now, I have had the actual Reese Cup White, which is actually pretty good because it's white chocolate, which are pretty good. But of course, they aren't on this list as well, which I think they probably should have been on this list. But, they are definitely good as well, at least in my view. Next one up after the Kit Kat White, I didn't hear anybody say anything, so I'm going to attest it as everybody agrees with me, at least for the moment, and nobody said nothing. So we're just going to say I'm right on this one, and we're just going to keep moving on. Anyway, so next one up is our Mars bar. Mars, I can't remember last time I had a Mars bar, if I've had a Mars bar. I'm just looking at Mars now. Let's see. Chocolate bar. What else was in the Mars bar? I'll have to look up the recipe for the Mars bar. But milk chocolate, I'm going to assume, as usual, and kind of go from there. But I'm not really super familiar with the Mars like that, so it looks like they still make them. They're kind of expensive too, but yeah. So I'm going to list Mars as I think I've had a Mars, but I don't think I've had. I'm not going to say that there's any top tier because I definitely was not, a super fan of the actual, Mars bar like that. So it is what it is. But hey, I'm going to call it F tier, at least for the moment. Next one up, M&Ms. M&Ms are always a good choice. If you ever have some good, good candy. Sometimes you just like you have enough in the bag, especially when you got one small bags. Because it seems like 90% of the time, a lot of times when you get like the different bags of candy, it'd be like 90% air, like 10% maybe candy, and it's like, man, really? You can't give me a little more than that? Really? You can't give me enough to make me satisfied? At least, I suppose you just give me a bunch of air, and they even do that with potato chips now too. Like if you ever look at potato chips, like you get a bag of potato chips. Like say for instance, this is my potato chip thing. Just for instance, just saying the bag. This would be how much. This literally would be how much you would actually have of chip, while the rest of this would be air. I don't understand that. It was like, man, y'all be getting over on people. Then y'all jack with the price of actual chips now. Like chips are not cheap anymore. I remember you used to get like a 25-cent bag of chips. Some places you can still get 25-cent bag of chips and kind of go from there. And even then, it was still full of a lot of air. But, it used to be like the 99-cent bag was 99 cents. Now, even when I look at it now, it's like, I remember 99 cents. Then they went up to like $1 and $1.25, I think. Or it's $1.50. Man, I've seen stuff up to $2 now for like a 99-cent bag of chips. I said, $2 for this? Are you kidding me? The same bag of air that you give me before, you charged me $2 for. Ain't this about a blip? I'm like, seriously? Y'all can at least give me something besides some air. Give me a little more into the actual bag as opposed to just giving me some air. But, again, that's just how the manufacturers are. They know that we're gonna want our fix for some candy or some sweet. So, again, we would actually have to get it. But back to our M&Ms. So, M&Ms for me would probably be about, I'm going to actually put it as I'm going to put a B tier because I actually was more of a fan of the actual M&Ms, the actual nuts in the M&Ms as opposed to just the regular ones. Like the regular ones were good, but I was a fan of the actual M&Ms with the actual peanuts in it. So I'm actually going to list this one. And surprisingly enough, I'm going to list this as a S tier for me, for M&M. So this is going to be my first for S tier. Only one I know definitely going to make an S tier is probably going to be the Reese Cups, which definitely going to make it to the S tier. Kind of go from there. Next one up would be, let's see, a Mounds. Mounds, I think Mounds were another top, well, either a mint or they were either a coconut. I can't remember which one they were, but they were one or the other. I think it was a vegan. Let's see, coconut. Okay, yeah, another coconut one. Yeah, again, Mounds was another coconut. Like Almond Joy and Mounds, I'm not sure if they were done by the same company. Mr. Goodbar F tier. Yeah, he's in the F tier. Like I said, it's been a while since I can't remember last time I had one. So I think I've had one in my lifetime, but they weren't tickling my fancy to the point where I'm moving up anywhere near the top tier for anything for me. So But it is what it is. So it does happen that way. So it is at F tier. Mounds definitely gonna be getting a trash tier because I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that coconut, like that. Some people love coconut in their chocolate, but I wasn't a fan. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of it. It's just not gonna happen. So, it is not gonna get anything. It's not even gonna get F tier. It's gonna get trash tier. So I'm sorry. It's not even gonna even make it that way. Okay. Next one up, Milky Way. Now I don't see why they have the two Milky Ways. So I'm gonna assume that there's a different one. Maybe this one is a darker one, a darker Milky Way or something like that. I'm gonna zoom in on this and see if I see. Because this is the regular Milky Way. This is like a midnight dark. I don't think I've ever actually had that one, so I'm definitely gonna list that in the F. Because I don't remember having that. So again, since I don't remember having, I can't say it's good or bad or whatever else because I've never actually had that one. Isn't Mr. Goodbar? Isn't Mr. Goodbar? Not sure what you're saying on that one. But yeah. So Milky Way dark chocolate. What is that? I think it's Midnight Dark. I've never had that before. Bar a chocolate and peanut butter. Okay. You know what? And like I said, I just haven't had one in a long while. I'm about to see if I ever go to the store. I'll go to like a Walgreens, and because again, Halloween is coming up soon. People buy gang of candy, and obviously that stuff is not going to always go to the kids. So maybe I'll be lucky enough to swoop in and get one, and give it another shot and kind of go from there. So next one up is a Milky Way. Milky Way is milk chocolate. I know I've had a Milky Way before. I can't say anything great about it, but I can't say anything bad about it either. With Milky Way, actually Milky Way is kind of a middle of the road for me. Honestly, it's just a peanut Hershey's. Okay, peanut Hershey. Okay, I got you. Okay, so and yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a peanut Hershey's, pretty much. So, I mean, it's kind of a middle of the road for me. I mean, it ain't super great, but it ain't the worst thing I've ever had either. It's probably not going to be the first one I'm going to grab for. So, I'm actually going to list it as a D tier because, again, it's not on the first one I'm going to get. But, it's not the worst thing I've ever had either. So, it's kind of a middle of the road type thing. It's not worse, but it's not better. So, honestly, middle of the road, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So middle of the road would probably be between B and C. So I'm actually gonna move this up to C tier. Gotta go from there. So that way it's kind of middle of the road. It's not great, but it's not the worst thing I ever had. So kind of go from there. Payday. I've had paydays before. Paydays have just milk. They literally put peanuts in there. So I actually like paydays. Paydays are actually pretty good. I've actually liked payday. Payday are pretty good candy. It has the peanuts, has the chocolate, has the caramel, and it's pretty good. Actually, I think it's pretty good. I enjoy it. I'm actually gonna put Payday probably, at least for me, I'll put Payday probably in it's either A or B tier for me for a Payday, but I'm probably gonna put it in. I'll put it in A tier. Let's be a little different today, a little different. So I'm actually gonna list it as an A tier, I think it's pretty good. It's not the worst. It's not. It is definitely one of the first ones I might grab, but it's definitely up there. It's good chocolate. It's good peanuts. I like peanuts, so I'm a big fan of those. So I'm definitely gonna list it as an A tier and kind of go from there. So the next one up is Reese's Pieces. I like Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces kind of reminds me of let me see, Airball. That's why you don't see Hershey peanut. Yeah, I can see that because his legal name is Mr. Goodbar. Oh, that's something I did not know. Now I did not know that. That's interesting for information because I did not know that was actually a thing. I was thinking that they were two different companies, but it would make sense because it literally says Hershey's on actual Mr. Goodbar, so it would make sense that actually, of course, would be a Hershey's thing. That's why you don't see it. So that makes sense. Reese's Pieces. I like Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces pretty much remind me of M&M's, like the peanut M&M's for the most part. Like this is kind of the same type of recipe, the same type of premise. I'm guessing Reese's Pieces was supposed to be the answer to M&M's peanuts, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to say I know for sure because I don't. So honestly, I'm going to get Reese's Pieces up there with in the A tier because I like the way they taste. They taste pretty good. This is my view. So I think that they're pretty good. Again, they're probably not the S tier, but they're definitely, you know, a top tier. I would eat them and kind of go from there. Um, Reese's Fast Break. I've never had a Fast Break before. I'm not sure what's the difference between that and anything else. So I've never had the Reese's Fast Break. So I can't even speculate to say that I know what that is. So I kind of go from there. All right, we already know where this is going. This is already going up. If I can find it, what I lose. It's definitely going up top. It's going on top. It's going to S tier. Honestly, I love me a Reese cup. Reese cups I can eat all day, all night, forever and a day because I like the way it tastes. You know, they got a nice bunch of chocolate on the top, and of course in the center they have the peanut butter. I love it, love it, love it. Like any time I usually go for candy bar, it is going to be a Reese cup. Now, I don't like the fact that there's only two Reese cups unless you get the bigger one in them. But then again, even with the 4-pack that they have, it gets smaller. Like, I don't understand why it seems like the cups get smaller. For some reason, it's like you guys are just messing with people. Like, I don't even know why you guys do that anymore. Like, I debate on if I should get just like the minis most of the time because I'm not sure if that's gonna be more filling or if I should just get the 4-pack. But for some reason, it feels like whenever they actually have these things, they never actually make them any bigger. Like like two is not enough. At least unless you're just trying to snack on something real quick. But two is not enough for Reese cups. So I feel like you got to get the 4-pack. The 4-pack was just the one that kind of hits you the right way and kind of goes from there. But again, that's just me and how I am. Again, it's S tier. Going to the top, you gotta be there, and I'm gonna keep it there. Hey, no ifs, ands, and buts about that one. So we have a Reese. I'm not sure what this is. Reese's Butter Robutas? I've never heard of them. Reese Robutas? I've never heard of them. The name does not sound familiar to me at all, so I don't even know. So, you know, I'm gonna put this in the F tier because I've never heard of them. Never, ever heard of them. So I could not tell you anything about them. I have never heard of them. So I've never had a Reese's Robertus. I think that's what it is, Robertus or something like that. Rolo, definitely another one I've never had. Yeah, I'm just standing there. I'm sorry because I'm trying. I can't even see what the name is because the name is so small. I'm trying to blow it up, trying to look at what the name is. So, I don't even say the. I can't even say that name. I don't even know how to say that name. I'm sorry. That name is just too much for me. I can't even make it out. I can't even do it for you guys. So it's nice to think so, but it is what it is. So, okay. So next one up is a Snickers. Snickers is good. Snickers has been around for a long time too. Snickers has been around since I can't even tell you how long Snickers been around. Snickers been around for a long time. Honestly, I like Snickers, but I don't love it so much that I'm gonna I'm not gonna turn it down, but I'm definitely not gonna put it at top tier. So I'm gonna list it probably as a B tier for me. I would eat it if I'm offered it, But again, there's some ones that I will take over this one as opposed to, a Snickers. But again, it's only to really love a Snickers. Snickers are really, taste good. They had a new commercial now, but they say you're not yourself if you don't have a Snickers. So that's always been an interesting commercial I've seen before. So that's definitely interesting. Branding that they have going on right now for Snickers. I think they're still doing that commercial. I'm not sure if they are anymore, but I think they are. So I could be wrong, but definitely think that they were. It's not bad. It's not the worst. Not the worst commercial, but they probably could always come better. Take Five. Never had them before. I don't even recognize a Take Five. Take Five. Let me look that up. I've never heard of a Take Five. Take Five. So, Take Five. Huh. Oh, the Reese's Take Five. Let me look at the regular Take Five. So, 5 layers bar with chocolate, pretzels, peanut butter, caramel, and peanuts. That's interesting. I've never. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can see why I call it Take Five because of 5 different main ingredients in it. Chocolate, pretzels, peanut butter, caramel, and peanuts. That sounds pretty interesting because you don't really hear pretzels. You hear chocolate covered pretzels, but you really this is an interesting combination to have all these together to kind of see where it goes. I mean, I give it a shot. I would definitely give it a shot. I've never actually had it before, but I think I actually would give it a shot honestly because I think that it'd be pretty good actually to have because I've never actually had one that would be a take five. So I don't know. I mean, I would definitely give it a shot though. I think that might be pretty good. So it'd be pretty interesting to try. Toblerone, I have never had before. I don't even know what that is. That's I guess it's some type of candy bar. I've never had it before. Let me look it up. Toblerone one. I'm not sure. Wow, that's an interesting look to some candy. Kind of looks like a comb. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I don't know. It's just I guess it looks interesting, but honestly, I've never had one. I could not tell you anything about it. I'm gonna assume it's chocolate and it kind of goes from there, but I'm not really familiar with it, so I don't even know what even to try that. So, but it is what it is. All right, next up is Twix. Two for me, none for you. Infamous commercial. If you're not familiar with a commercial, definitely look it up. Infamously known. Twix is good. Caramel, chocolate. I'm trying to remember if there was something. There's something else I think I'm missing with the caramel, chocolate, and milkweed. Something I want to say I forgot. Caramel, chocolate, peanut butter is something. I think it's peanut butter I'm thinking of. I think it's peanut butter I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of Twix because the peanut butter actually was pretty good. Actually in it, so. I can't remember if that's exactly what it was, but I think that's what it was. I'm not super familiar with it. Twix aren't bad. I'm probably gonna list Twix as probably a C tier, at least in my view, for the Twix. They're not bad. You get two of them in one pack, so they're not bad. So they're pretty good. But again, like I said, they aren't going to be the first ones I grab for when I get it. So it is what it is. Wonka bars. I can't even think of the last one I had a Wonka bar. I am so out of date with that one. That I think of course Willy Wonka, of course, Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory, of course. But I cannot and Charlie and Chocolate Factory, of course, the other one. But I cannot honestly say I've actually had a Wonka bar. At least I can't remember having one. So honestly, I'm gonna stick in the F tier because I have not had it. So again, that's just where the list is right now with that's your Wonka bar, so that's pretty good. York peppermint patty, you get the sensation. I did not get that type of sensation when it came to York peppermint patty. Honestly, I did not like a York peppermint patty because they were just trash to me. They were just terrible. But again, that's just where I was when it came to the actual thing, and kind of going from there. So I can actually save this, download the image as well. And kind of go from there. So, okay, so it's downloaded. Okay, anyway, so this is my list, at least for my list for how I felt about it. So S tier would be Reese's and M&M's. A tier, Baby Ruth, Butterfield, Kit Kat, Payday, Reese's Pieces. I think are good. Next one, B tier, Hershey's, M&M's, Snickers. Good tier. C tier, 100 grand. Three Musketeers, Hershey's, Milky Way, Twix. That's where I would be with those. D tier, Fifth Avenue, Crunch and Crunch. That would be my D tier. F tier. Now again, these are the ones I haven't had before. I don't think I've ever tried, or I don't remember trying them. So again, this is where my F tier is Abba Zaba, Big Hunk, Clark, Furrio, Rocher, Heath. Hershey Dark Special Chocolate. I don't think I've had that one before, and I don't know if I'd really be super fan of that one. Hershey's Cookies and Cream. I haven't had that one. I think I'm gonna give that one a shot. Hershey's Cookies and Cream. Cause that sounds pretty good. The Kit Kat White. I might give that one a shot as well. Mr. Goodbar. I haven't had that. Mars. It's been a long time since I've had one of those. Milky Way. Midnight Chocolate, Midnight Dark. I have not had that one before, so I'm not familiar with that one. So I could not even tell you what that one is. The Reese's that they had down there, I've never even heard of that one, so it's a new. I guess one of those off brands that they brought out because they wanted people to try it more often. I'm not familiar with it, so I'm not going to even lie to you and say I've had it. Reese's Fast Break, haven't had that one. Rolo, haven't had that one. Take Five, have not had that one. Tolero, haven't had that. Wonka Bar, if I've had one, it's been a long time since I've had one. So again, that's just my F tier for me. Almond Joy, trash. I didn't like that. Genius, trash. Mounds, trash. York, trash. Basically anything that had like mint in it or peppermint or coconut, I was not a super fan of. So again, that was just how I felt about the actual, list when it came to that one. Now I just want to look at this view community thing just to kind of see where exactly they put the list. So this is the community list that people have listed for how they felt about candy. Kit Kat made S tier, so if you're a fan of Kit Kat, definitely made S tier. Reese's Cups, obviously. Twix made it to the top. Hershey's with chocolate made it to the top. I could see that. Crunch made it to the top. I was a little surprised by the Crunch. I'm a little surprised by the Crunch one, but I kind of see how people were there. Snickers, I could see that. M&M's, definitely. Milky Way, yeah, maybe just me. I'd say a little lower, of course, in my view, but again, that's just me. Reese's Pieces, yeah, sure. Rolo, I don't know who's had them. I'm not sure. I don't remember actually seeing them too often in the store, but maybe they're there. I just haven't seen one before or really paid attention to it. Kit Kat White, okay. That movie graduated up. Three Musketeers, I could see that. Butterfinger was kind of low. I thought that'd be a little hot. Well, it is A tier, but I guess I would consider that as maybe a S tier. But again, that's just me. Hershey's cookies and cream. I could see that being a B tier. Again, I haven't really had it, so Hershey's almond. I could see that. I might move that higher. M&M's definitely move that higher. Almond Joy. Who came up with the Almond Joy as a B tier? I want to know. I need some answers on this. Who came with B tier for Almond Joy? I don't know. I can't see it. And it's also Rocher. There's Rocher one I've never had before, so I'm guessing it must be. You know what? I'm thinking that I have had a Rocher. I just haven't, because it might be the candy. I think, and just looking at it, I may have had it, but I just don't remember it. I guess it made it a B tier. I guess people really enjoyed it. My Grand, okay. Milky Way, Midnight, Dark, I don't know. York, definitely, they should definitely, this definitely should have been lower. I don't even understand how they made it that high. Heath, definitely should have been lower. Hershey's Special Day, definitely, I never had that one. Payday, I could see that being there as possible. C tier for them is a Mr. Goodbar, C tier, which is kind of where I had it before. I think I had a C or D tier. I can't remember exactly where I had it before. But I can actually open up the list and see actually how mine compares to their list. So this is their list in a way, and this is my list. Some of them match up, other ones do not match up, which is fine. Actually, I had an F tier. Okay, never mind. I had it lower. Okay, never mind. I had mine lower. Okay, I see. So, Baby Ruth was not bad. Dreamers, definitely not. Take Five, I'm gonna try that one day. I think I'm gonna try that one day. Take Five. Mound, trash. Bluro, trash. Well, yeah, I've never had it before, so I can't even say anything. Reese's Fast Break. Wonka, okay. Bar. Fifth Avenue is pretty low. Mars is pretty low. Clark, trash. Somebody say it was trash. People say it was trash. Become trash. Zaba, trash. Again, this was just a list that they had came up with. I not gonna say I completely agree with this list. Again, I think that the list is open to interpretation. And for me, I have my list. What I think was good. Which was good candy. Which one would I would be definitely willing to have on a regular basis and kind of go from there and eat. But honestly, I could not fathom myself actually, having some of these that I've never had before. So I guess it is what it is. So kind of go from there. So but that is my list. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the list that I came up with. I said that I actually, I was debating if I was actually going to play a game today. I kind of was just doing it, just chatting with you guys, actually speaking with my community, kind of see where exactly people were, especially with something like candy bars. Because again, Halloween is coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to remember when the next Halloween movie comes out. I want to say uh, Halloween. Let me look it up. Halloween ends. This one is Halloween ends. Okay. So Halloween ends. Oh, it's actually out in theaters. Oh, I didn't realize it was out already. Okay, okay. So Halloween ends is actually out in theaters already. I thought that they wouldn't bring it out till literally around Halloween time. So October 14th. So actually wait a minute. You said October 14th. Oh, so it's coming out real soon. So this is so the premiere is actually going to be on they're probably gonna do that midnight show, that midnight Thursday show. It's a Friday, and then the first day would be that Friday, and they have a lot of times that are open, at least around me, for to actually go see it. If you're not familiar with the Halloween ends, this is what the last actual Halloween movie supposedly. I mean, this is after all the Halloween movies they had out there. So, for me, Halloween is always a good movie. I've always enjoyed Michael Myers. I may have to actually come up with a tier list for actual, excuse me, actually come up with a tier list for actual horror movie characters that I enjoy, because there are a lot of horror movie characters that are out there. Some got their due, some did not get their due. Some of them had a lot of great movies. Some of them were not as great as they should have been. But honestly, Michael Myers has always been one of my favorites. He's not my. I'm trying to think of who be my favorite. My favorite would probably be Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger probably be my favorite because of his one-liners. He always had the best one-liners. Sometimes whenever you actually saw him in actual movies and stuff like that. The remake they had that came out with the different guy who played Freddy, I was teeter-tottering with that one. I wasn't sure if I exactly appreciated that one when it came to actually, you know, came to that one. I wasn't actually a super fan of that one, so it was pretty interesting to see. I wonder, do they have horror movie villains? I'm spelling it wrong. Movie, MCU horror games, horror movie theatrical posters. Ah. Theatrical posters. What's that about? Go Chef's Kiss. Good poster. Serviceable poster. Oh, so that's pretty interesting. I kind of like that one. So they're actually doing So let's looking at this one. This is actually, and this is just me looking up stuff just in general. I may not do this today. I'm debating on if I want to do this today or not, or if I want to do this a different day, or if I want to actually check out something different. But so this is a list of different ones. So the candy bar tier list is over. Just finished my workout. See, man, you don't come in all late and stuff, man. You always late to the party. Anyway, I'm gonna show you my tier list. So this is my tier list that I have. So again, I have S tier as the Reese Cup, the M&Ms. A is Baby Ruth, Butterfinger, Kit Kat, Payday, Reese Pieces. B would be Hershey's, regular one, not the dark chocolate one, the first one. M&M's would be the regular one. Snickers would be in the B tier. Payday cool. Oh yeah. Paydays. I like paydays. Paydays are good. I'm a big fan of actual peanuts, so I like peanuts in mine. 100 Grand, Musketeers, Hershey's, regular Hershey's, Milky Way is not bad. Twix good. I see Kit Kat up there. You know what? I was wondering, Butterfinger F tier. You know what? No, I can't even move. I can't even do that to Butterfinger like that, because I like a peanut butter like that. So it's going to be up there. I mean, and it's been around for a long time, at least in my view. So I think it's pretty good with the actual Butterfinger. So I can't do it. I can't hurt my Butterfinger like that. I can't do it, man. I just can't. Some of the other ones I might think about doing, but I don't know if I can actually move that one. I love PB and J, peanut butter and jelly. You know what? And I'm trying to remember, because in grammar school, if you remember way back when, they used to have a sandwich that was a PB and J on like a graham cracker. Now I'm not sure you don't care for Butterfinger. Yeah, but I like Butterfinger, so But yeah, there's a PB and J that they used to have in grammar school with the actual grown graham crackers. Now, does that technically count as a sandwich or is that an actual bar? So I'm wondering, could the case be actually be made for a PB and J on a graham cracker? Could that actually be considered candy, or is that actually just a actual sandwich? Can the case actually be made for something like that? I wonder. You know, and just something. I mean, if you've never had it before, definitely let me know. But in school, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture of it actually, real quick. Of actually, let's see, peanut butter, and jelly, 1 gram cracker. So this is how it looked when I was in school. This was the actual thing when we were in school. There's a peanut butter and jelly on a graham cracker wafer sandwich. Now, I'm wondering, can the case actually be made that these actually were actually a candy? Can candy be considered candy? Would this actually be considered candy? Because peanut butter and jelly, of course, sweet, stuff like that. So could the case be made that it actually was an actual candy as opposed to just a sandwich? But again, that's what I'm thinking. You went to a rich school. I didn't never seen that. You never seen that one? Oh my God! Now I've never been to a rich school. I am from a Chicago public school. We talking about Chicago public. I ain't going private. Nothing. But this was what they served us back in the 80s, and I'm showing my age, of course. 80s, 90s. This was the actual one of the sandwiches that we had. This was the sandwich: the peanut butter and jelly on a graham cracker wafer sandwich. These were what. This is how they served it. Literally. If it looked like that, come in the wrapper, you unwrapped it, it looked like this. Literally, it looked like this when you had it. So on one side, you have peanut butter and jelly. On the other side, you have jelly. I'm sorry, on one side, you have the peanut butter. On the other side, you have the jelly on the other side. And they smushed together to make actual sandwich. So it was not bad, but man, was it dry. I mean, I'm talking about dry. It was dry. I mean, it was like, okay, you guys came up with a way to do that, which is pretty interesting. But you know, it was an interesting sandwich that we had. I'm not sure if we had the square pizzas. We had the square pizzas too. So if you're not familiar with the square pizzas, we also had the square pizza too that you had at school. So you know, this is square pizza, grammar school. So images. Grammar school. So this was the grammar school pizzas that we had. The rectangle. I'm not sure if we had this one as well. This was the other thing we had too. This was the one day that you were happy to go to school was a square pizza. And of course they only had a couple of different ones. They had your, you know, all this person is actually showing. She's actually showing how it looked. I recall those trash. You know what? And the crazy part was that they had so many of these things. You had to get like you got your little square of it, you know, and you kind of ate it. You know, you got the pepperoni one, you had your sausage one, which is what she was carrying, and then you had a cheese one, and kind of went from there. You had a standing line, you know, and you had your little tray with your little milk on it, stuff like that. Of course, our milk we turned into the actual milk cart. We actually turned into actually like a little ship. Like we actually, you know, would fold them together and actually turn them into like a little ship and stuff like that. So, you know, that was what we should do with the milk cartons. But yeah, this is what we had in Chicago public schools. We were not rich kids. We had whatever they gave us was what we got, you know. And of course, you always prayed that you never got some type of mystery meat that you didn't know what exactly it was because it looked like who did and why. Because they in the mornings they would announce exactly what it was. They would say in the morning. Here's what it sounds like in the morning. Welcome, students. We are going to be having lunch today. For lunch menu, we will have pizza with the option of having a Jell-O with milk, chocolate, or regular, and that's about it. Have a good day. That's basically what we had. Basically, we had somebody come on the loudspeaker, tell us exactly what we have for lunch. Oh yeah, I forgot about, did you guys actually have the actual, we had the butter cookies, where we could get on Friday, I think it was Fridays that we only had the butter cookies, but, we had butter cookies that we could buy that were really good. I love the butter cookies, but you had to buy them in advance. You had to buy them like the day before, the day of, you had to actually, you know, pay for it to get the butter cookies. But these were the butter cookies. These butter cookies were fire. I'm telling fire. Anybody can tell you in Chicago public school, we love these cookies. These cookies were the best thing since sliced bread. You always got them. You know, if you had the money for them, I think they were like 25 or 50 cents to get them. But we love these cookies. These cookies were good, and you still see them periodically. And when I go to Walgreens, I periodically see them, and I get them warm. Oh yeah, man, bruh, it was like Christmas morning when you got one of the boys warm, bruh. It was the best thing ever when you got it, and I loved it because of the fact that it made you feel like you were really doing something when you got the actual thing. You know, got the actual warm butter cookie. It was good, even though could be cold too. It was just better warm. And honestly, I would actually be trying to try with some ice cream. Some ice cream along with the cookie, just to kind of give a little flavor to it, interesting flavor to it. Maybe some vanilla ice cream, kind of go from there. But yeah, man, these were the cookies. These cookies were fire if you could afford them. But you always want to make sure you have to bring your money in to have them, because they were like 50 cents, I believe, for one. And of course, you've got, most of the time, you would want to get at least $1. That way, at least you can get 2 sugar cookies. Oh, not sugar cookies, butter cookies, and kind of go from there. And man, these things were good. I love these things, man. It might have been good. Like I can lean back and like right now, just remember having all those good cookies. Sitting at the actual, little, cafeteria at your table with your boys, the people you hang out with, or whatever else, and you actually just had and ate those cookies, and you had whatever food they had and stuff like that. So again, good grammar school days. You always enjoyed that stuff, and of course, like I said, the best time of year, of course, was when you had the pizza. The pizza was the main thing. They, sometimes you got mystery food that you didn't know what it was, and you're like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna eat that. I think I'm gonna wait. Wait till I get home. And you hate to be wasting food, but man, I swear, you begin to like, man, I am not gonna eat whatever this is. I'm not eating it. And stuff like that. And then of course, you got your vegetables, and you get to chocolate milk versus your regular milk, and kind of go from there. But of course you had your fancy people who actually brought their lunch too. You had all the good stuff. One of the people that I used to have a friend in school, always had fruit snacks. If you're not familiar with fruit snacks, of course, little fruity snacks. But he had one particular one. I forgot. Oh, I just forgot the name of the fruit snacks he had. It was like a shark one, shark fruit snacks they used to have, and I forgot what it was called. Shark fruit snacks. And names. Shark bite. Was it shark bites? Maybe it was shark bites. Was it shark bites? I don't. Maybe it was shark bites. Maybe that's what it was called, shark bites. Man, I don't remember if that was the exact name, but it may have been called shark bites. But yeah, these were really, I think they were the shark bites. I think they were called shark bites, but they were pretty good, And I had a friend who always used to bring them whenever he used to go to school, and he always used to trade them out for somebody else's food and stuff like that. But we always looked at him because he always had them, and those are the people that could afford to bring their lunch, And it's like, because when you went to school, you knew that if you didn't have the money, you got like you try to get the regular meal that they had there, and you try to pay as much little money as you could for everything. But yeah, that was another good, memory about being a kid and stuff like that, was actually having that, and having some good snacks, and kind of go from there. So I'll be right back. Cool. I'll be here for maybe another 30 minutes, and kind of go from there. Like I said, just looking over things, kind of figuring out what I want to do next. I'm actually debating, like, I might actually go ahead and actually play Little Nightmares. Since this is that time of year, I might actually just go ahead and check out Little Nightmares and kind of go from there. I did play it before. I did not play the DLC. But I may actually go ahead and jump into that and actually check out Little Nightmares, the first one, and kind of go from there. So, let's see. So I think I'm gonna change my thing to Little Nightmares, and just for the holidays, and kind of go from there. So and kind of just change it out. So kind of go from there, and updates. Okay. All right. Cool. So I might play this for a little while and kind of go from there, and kind of just see where I am with it. Let me see something real quick. Tell me if I can use my controller. Check out some Little Nightmares. I got my controller, of course. So, let's see. Check it for downloadable content. So I'm just gonna start off from scratch. I played this before. I'm bleeding it, but just for the holidays and just because I'm not doing anything right now, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just actually you know just check this out for maybe about 30, 45 minutes and kind of go from there. Then I'm gonna sign off and just go chill out, say hi to my wife, and kind of go from there. Because I haven't talked to her yet, so I definitely want to talk to her. Oh, okay. Oh, it's her. Okay, I remember her. Oh, I forgot. Got my little flashlight and go from there. Duck down. Alright. I don't know who sits up there and walks in that 90s shoes on, but maybe that's just me. Let's see what we got here. Kind of here. Let me get to this part. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about the draft thing. Oh, this guy's hanging around. Switch this around real quick. Actually, let me switch this around this way. So I can actually get up on this thing and go from there. Alright. Right this way. Oh wow. Yeah, about that part. Oh well. Oh, yes. Alright, light this thing up real quick. Go up here. Go through here. So if you're not familiar with Little Nightmares, I played this before, once before. So I'm playing the first one again. I'm just doing this as, hey, it's Halloween time, so why not, just go ahead and check this out and go from there. Man, I need a bigger flashlight than this, then this ain't gonna work. Okay. Settings. Controls. Sprint. Oh, square button is sprint. Okay. That's what I need. I forgot what button was the sprint. Sprint makes a lot of difference right about here. Makes a lot of difference. Slide, woman. No, I forgot about this guy. Wouldn't be a game without some type of bad guy in it. Close this door real quick, see if I can find the. Yep, there it is. I'll switch. I was just talking about toilet paper earlier too. Okay, let's go back this way. I forgot which way to go on this thing too. I don't wanna run. Ooh, barely made that one. Barely made it. Barely made it. Let's see what we got over here. So, Little Nightmares is the game I'm playing. I just playing, like I said, for a little horror thing. Gotta go from there. Thing lit up. Oh, I forgot about this part. Dang nabbit. I forgot. I forgot about that part. I forgot. At least they started me out at least further. I'm not behind the thing. I have to run again, so. Forgot about this light thing they got going on. This light thing actually hurts you, if you, as you may have noticed. So if you aren't paying attention, this light thing can get you. All behind the thing. Garbage. Garbage. Call garbage. Yeah, no you don't, buddy. Not today, buddy. Not today. Yo, yo, Sir Emo, what's going on? Good to see you. How you doing, brother? But I just said I was just made my tier list earlier, man. You missed it earlier. I was on the tier list earlier for candy bars, so you know I was just actually just listening to stuff that I actually enjoyed, so I kind of went from there. So it's pretty good. Yeah, I was working. Yeah, I understand. It'd be that way some days. Yeah. I said be that way some days, you know. Some days you got a lot of stuff going on. So it is what it is, man. I appreciate you stopping by, you know, saying hi, what's up. Kind of go up from there. And I said, you know, I just said I was gonna play a little Nightmares. You know, I was you know, just like I said, finished up the tier list. The tier list was pretty good. Like I said, there was, you know, there'll always be some dissent in the actual list, but you know, I think it was pretty good though. You know, at least in my view. So, you know, people seem to generally think my list was okay. Like I said it would not be perfect, but hey, I can't appease everybody, so you're not even gonna try to some days. But it is what it is. So, you know. Thought you were the best to beat this already. You know what I did, but I said since it was in the Halloween spirit coming up soon, I said I was actually gonna go ahead and just play this, you know, for a little while, you know, kind of see where it goes from there. At least for the Halloween spirit. I might, like I said, I might have to check out some other ones that might be pretty good as well. I've gotten some recommendations as well about ones I should play, so I might actually check out a few other ones and kind of go from there. That way, you know, I can actually say, you know, I can actually play some new ones and go from there. And like I said, you know, something just for the Halloween thing. I actually saw another tier that I actually liked on the tier list that I did earlier. Basically, the tier list actually had a actual one where I could actually do a one for posters for Halloween. So I might actually do that one. So that might actually be my next list and kind of go from there. So that might be my next list. Our next tier list is gonna be do that. You know, the tier list of posters, like posters, Halloween posters, for I'm sorry to say Halloween posters for villains for different horror movies. So I might do that next. That might be my next tier list that I'll work on next time. I gotta go from there. That way, you know, I have something new to work on, and you kind of can go from there. So hopefully, like I said, you know, just stuff leading up to Halloween and kind of go from there. You know, just adding on to it and make my stream better, and you know, hopefully gain more viewership. I got a couple new followers from before off. Actually was on Twitter, and some people, you know, were actually they let me know, you know, about some how you get more followers and stuff like that. So I mean, it is easier said than done. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's definitely easier said than done when it comes to that. But you know, it's completely possible. You know, I always try to do as much as I can when it comes to that stuff. You know, basically make sure that make sure I put people understand who I am, even know who I am, and kind of go from there. So you know, hopefully, you know, people will be like, yeah, you know, let me go check him out, see what he's about, ask him questions. Like I said, you know, and go from there. You know, I appreciate when people ask me questions and stuff like that. You know, if you have questions about stuff I have or want to ask me something or other, definitely feel free to ask me. You know, I'm here, you know, as a streamer to, you know, hopefully give out, you know, good information, and people enjoy what they're watching when they watch me stream. So that's the key. So yep. So how was your day at work? I hope it was a good day. I hope everything was good. Airball had a good day too. Everybody had a good day. Kind of went from there. Tough everybody had a good day, good Wednesday, and kind of go from there. Tired man, yeah, I understand. It'd be that way some days, you know. It'd be one of them days just like, man, I just really don't feel like, you know, being there that long. But hey, you do what you got to do. Long day, but we off till Monday. Oh, cool, cool. Good. I'm glad you were off. So I know I'm not off for a minute, man. Hoping I get off soon rather than later. Kind of go from there, man. We'll see. Yep. Hopefully, like I said, I can, you know, get some time off. So, anybody plan for the next couple of days off, or you just gonna chill? Whoops. Ooh, that hurt. Ugh. Not good. Oh, y'all gonna start me all the way back over here. Ain't y'all about nothing? Yep, so like I said, feel free to ask me questions if you have questions. Dang it. Missed it by that much. That much. Can't go from there. All right, get up, girly. I want to call her Coraline because she reminds me of Coraline from the movie. If you ever seen the movie Coraline, that's what she kind of reminds me of in a way. Coraline. Yeah. It was kind of rainy. It was kind of rainy here earlier today, but you know, got a little better. Yep, almost Friday though. Look forward to Fridays. Friday. All right. Let's see. Can't pull that out. Man, whose records are these? That's what I want to know. Whose records are these? All right. Down, down we go. I don't know what those things are, but obviously I don't need to be down around them, no, do I? Are you serious? You dirty dog. Dirty dog. Come on. Are you serious? There guards for that. Right by the door. Just right by the door. Bogus. Are you serious? I fell off? Wow. That's just crazy. I just fell off that thing. That's weird. After all that, you didn't fall off. That's crazy. Run, woman, run! Oh, I fell on the side of the thing. You dirty dogs. Figures. I almost had it. Are you serious? Yeah, keep it moving, buddy. Of course, it comes back around and gets me. Figures. Oh, man. Sometimes things happen. What can you say? Just is what it is. Let's go here. And here. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully, you know. And you know what? I'm probably gonna stop right here. You know, for my stream for today, at least for the moment. I did about 2 hours today, so you know, I just kind of thinking about actually switching out to kind of going from there. But let me go ahead and switch back real quick. So I appreciate everybody stopping out to come see me today. M Westby, Sir Emo, as well as Amball41. Thanks for checking me out. Thanks for checking out my tier list that I did today when I did it earlier. I'm going to try Dead by Daylight. You know what? I think I might try that with you as well. I can't remember if that was a free game or not, but I think I'm going to definitely try that too. I think it was a free game. I think it's just like you and a group of people actually playing and kind of going from there. So yeah, I definitely could, you know, if you get a chance to jump into that and get further along and go from there. But yeah, you know, I think I'm the next stream I'm actually gonna do. Yeah, free 99. That's definitely the price y'all is appreciating. Kind of go from there. But yeah, so I think I'm definitely gonna try to check that out as well since it's free. I'm definitely gonna do that cheer list. I think next time we'll do the cheer list for poster frames or movie poster frames. So I'm definitely gonna do that next, just to kind of check out the frame to see exactly what it looks like. You know, just for the horror because again, it is gonna be the Halloween is coming up soon in a couple of weeks. I'm debating if I'm gonna check out the Halloween Ends. I think I might want to check that out just to kind of see how it is, see if that's gonna be worthwhile, and kind of go from there. Because again, it does come out. The midnight show is tomorrow night. The next day is the first official day of release of Halloween Ends. I'm not sure if it actually is going to end the actual movie or they're going to finish anything out, but I definitely want to check it out and kind of get an idea about exactly how it is and see if it is any good, along with doing the poster as well. One other thing I did want to show you guys, I did get a new Funko Pop in today. I didn't show it off yet on stream or anything like that. I just got it in today. I forgot which one it was I ordered, but it did come in today. So I said I would definitely, you know, why not open it on stream, kind of get it from there. So this is the mystery box. I do see animation pop, so I'm gonna see who it is. I don't remember who it is, but oh, it's a good one. Okay, cool. So this is Goku Ultra Instinct. So I just got this one in today. Ultra Instinct Goku. So this is a new one I just got in. Definitely looks very nice. This is like the last transformation that he had before the series actually ended. And it was a really good one. This one just came out. This is part of the 2022 actual fall collection. They had the con that they actually did. So this is definitely a good one. Sir Emo, I definitely see that emote. That's definitely a great emote. But yeah, so this is the one that just came out, along with a bunch of other ones. So again, I just got this one in. It came in just today. So I added to my collection of actual Funko for Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, so it's definitely worthwhile kind of going from there. So I'm going to actually see if anybody's actually on right now, so I see if I can actually raise somebody's actual stream, because you know sometimes you just want to show love to other people who actually may be streaming right now, because sometimes you know they again, who doesn't appreciate somebody rating their stream and making them feel good for what they're doing and kind of go from there. So I am going to actually raid into, and I'm going to switch to real quick to show you guys who I'm raiding into. So I'm raid to her real quick. So I'm actually going to raid into, because she doesn't have that many people watching her, Jazzy91. I'm going to raid into her stream. So as I tell people all the time, you don't have to stay for as long as you don't want to. I'm gonna say stay, at least give her a minute of your time. That's what people tell me. Give a minute of your time. If you like this stream, definitely, follow the stream. If you don't, that's fine. You can just leave out and kind of go from there. If you, definitely when you get in there, definitely say hello to her, make her feel welcome. Let her know that you came from my channel. She is a new streamer. I believe she's from New York, so she's definitely going to be doing a great stream. I believe she's doing Resident Evil 5, so definitely when you get a chance to go in there, give her a throw some emotes in there, tell her hello, see how she's doing, just check out her stream. And again, if you like her stream, follow her stream. If not, you don't have to, so and kind of go from there. So I'm gonna get ready to raid out to her stream in a second, and then you guys can actually just check her out, and we can kind of just go from there. So I'm going to get ready to sign off, and you guys have a great rest of the evening. And I might try to stream tomorrow, but I'll definitely let you guys know in my actual Discord. If you're not familiar with my Discord, I do have a Discord, so definitely feel free to follow that. that. I'll let you know when I do go live, and we can kind of go from there. But I'm just letting you guys know that I'm definitely gonna get ready to head out. So let me switch back real quick. So I'm gonna switch out real quick, and then again, like I said, you guys, definitely say hello to her. Let her know that you came from my channel, and let her know that you're rating and that you just want to check her out and see how she's doing. So you guys have a great rest of the night, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Yeah, because I was about to get murdered.
Yep.
I don't want to die. At least not on stream.
Not by no sticky black stuff.
No, I don't. Sticky black stuff.
But
That
you
was
see, that's the
crazy
same
though.
stuff that that's the same stuff that Wesker hits you with in Dead by Daylight.
Right, exactly.
So at least you know where it came from. It's called Ouroboros. It's a type of virus.
Uh-huh. Combine these. Wait, up here. Combine.
If you get rid of the grenade, I could give you magnum ammo. The last bit that I have.
Oh, okay. I feel like the frozen stuff wasn't really working that well. What they call it?
So those are nitrogen rounds. Those do not work against Ouroboros.
Yeah.
So the only thing that really works is anything that's fire. That's
Uh-huh.
its weakness.
That makes sense. Pause. No
He
pause.
likes you.
No,
He be on
Danny.
your streams. Like, yo, Jazzy, you got some nice
He said
hair.
negative.
Yeah,
Damn.
so
He said, what
he
do you
wanna
mean
feel the
negative?
red. He wanna touch your red hair.
That's my red hair.
I'm F-R-E-E.
Thank you for the raid, Conundrum. How are you? Wait a second. Wait a second. Conundrum. Emo. How y'all doing? I'm
I'm not jealous.
doing pretty good. Like, we just finished, he wants me up in his stream flirting. Uh-oh, KJ. I am doing well.
Oh shit.
Guys, y'all came in at the perfect time. How's Resident Evil 5? It's going pretty good. No complaints.
She's not ready
We
for
finished
six.
the
You
last
heard
map.
that first from KJ.
Huh?
You heard that first. She's not ready for Resident Evil 6.
No, I am ready. I'm ready. I want all the smoke.